I've been ordering a copy of the voice now.
Okay, I'm going to call our 4:30 budget meeting to order. Everybody'd like to, we don't need to do a roll call. We have 5 council members seated, 3 budget buddies, so we do have enough for a quorum to hopefully pass our budget. Otherwise, we won't have a budget this year. And with the budget not being passed, all the bills will fall upon the council to decide how to pay them.
Well, I can't even pay my own bills.
This is basically our 3rd budget meeting. I believe budget officer is correcting any discrepancies that she had that would brought her attention. So, this time, if you'd like to stand and say pledge of allegiance.
If you're the chair, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Anthony, go to the honors, please, sir.
Yeah, Father, thank you for we meet like this really where in so many places one can't. We ask that you with us tonight and feel over us with a sense of peace and calm. And
At this time,
You don't keep your phone. Hey, get them.
at this time, I will be turning the meeting over to our budget officer.
I know it's not.
The changes that we passed in last time was I didn't have the water balanced out. You'll notice that they're back to back to save paper. So the water is now in line. It was just a history error that I was able to find. The the fire and ambulance funds were requested to be a split of 80% revenue kept in their fund and 10% to the reserve negotiations. So, yeah. So it was asked. Yeah, you will see the ambulance reserve fund is getting its 10%. Oh, excuse me, I also added the insurance for ambulance and fire out of trust funds. Their portion, that's technically over total insurance.
So the insurance and the fire truck are coming out of our budget. You don't know. Oh. Yeah, yeah. I know. I know.
Any questions?
Oh, anybody else does? Any questions?
Does everybody have time to read through it? Okay.
Chinese puzzle.
If you hold it with the general upside down to start with as you start,
Yeah, it lines up.
it'll line up.
Okay.
General upside down.
So what is, I think you're acting. What is the fund that we got the grant for that we need to spend? You know, the grant that we have that we need to spend soon?
The small city allotment
That's,
for
yeah,
the paving.
and what is that under?
That was under last year's, but history.
Okay, thank you.
Was any of that spent?
Not yet.
We're doing it right now.
It's in the process.
Okay, so it was, last year was 150,000, this year is 75,000.
Yeah, because we have received half of the money. In 21, 22, so for 22, 23. I wasn't sure when I started this exactly when the project. And it's in June, so that it'll happen July 1 or before July 1.
Even probably it's supposed to be done by the end of this month, which would fall under this year's budget.
Okay. Not the upcoming, but.
Oh,
But it is budgeted for in case it does roll over into July 1.
right, but you don't get the other part of the money until you spend all of the money.
Right, and
So
upon
you won't get that
completion.
money until probably in July.
So was it just an error last year when they adopted for 150?
It wasn't in error, it was that that was supposed to be used in conjunction with FEMA, but after talking to the city engineer, he suggested that because we were being threatened if we don't use that money, that we may not get future money from them. So he said, use up the money where we could on Main Street, which it was mostly designed for Main Street anyway, instead of using it in conjunction with FEMA and try to reapply for the matching funds with FEMA, because that's not due till 23, 24.
So a budget was approved for $150,000 last year. And this year, 75,000.
Right, because out of the two grants, we were allotted 150 and we've received 75.
And that's supposed to be done before July, which would not be part of this budget.
The project's supposed to be done by the end of June,
Right.
but we may not receive payment until July. So it's kind of like a catch-22, you know, kind of half of it's in this budget year and the other half will be.
The funds were asked for, it was applied for in 17 and 18, then got it in 18, 19. And it sat there because of the 19 flood.
Right, so 2021, 2022, this meeting 2 years ago, the budget committee agreed on 150,000.
Yeah.
And now this year, none of it's been spent yet. We're expecting to spend half before June.
Yes.
So we're budgeting 75 for 2020.
Right, because that's income that you're projecting, 75 is income that we still haven't got, but we have gotten half of that total amount.
So we have 75 somewhere right now.
Yes.
And where's that?
25 of it's sitting on my desk.
No, 75.
Yeah.
Where's 75?
Like I'm telling you, 25 of it's sitting on my desk, the other 50 is in the bank.
And that's for next year or this year?
And for this month's.
That's for this year. If you only get a 50%, you can only request 50% before the work happens. So we requested that because the work is set for June. The other 75 you'll get after the work is complete, so it won't, it'll take us into July. So you're splitting the 150 between fiscal year 21, 22, and 23, 23.
So that's why I was, wasn't in there last year when we budgeted for 150,000. Was that was correct, and then it just happened that the work landed so late in the year, or something in the budget that it falls over.
Yeah, yeah.
So are we paying them 75,000 at the end of June?
After it's work's done.
After the work, so I could, if they require money up front, I could give them 75 today. But the other 75, I can't pay until we receive the funds back from the state
In July.
in July.
Be a lot easier if we just wait until July to get the project done. paperwork was.
It's still a little, right.
I know.
Yeah, but
I think you have to put 150.
Yeah. And July 1st, when we apply for small city allotments, which they've increased. Maximum now is 100,000. When the 50,000 hours maximum at that time. So we reapplying, right, that was your maximum at that time
No, 100.
for both, yeah.
So the cash on hand is including the 75,000? No, from the cash on hand.
No, the 2,500 I just got in the mail.
But I'm saying, 2,000 or $239,460. Does that comprise of any of the money from, for the allotment that we're paying? 50,000?
Yes.
And we just received the other 25,000 in the mail, so. Prior to, this budget was created prior to that check coming in.
Right, but I'd already requested it and because of on ODOT's and they neglected to do something, so otherwise they would have already happened.
So we have 50,000 and we got 25?
Yes.
Or the 50, like how did we get the 50 and not the 25?
Because they're two different grants and like I just said, I requested it, but on their end, she said there was something that she had neglected to look at, so she had to send it to her supervisor, which she figured out on her end and
So they sent us 50,000 at some point this year and then
just a couple of months ago.
brought it up, and then the 25. So of the 2 grants, did we have some out of each and then we had to get some out of the other 2 again? Or was it one that they did 25,000?
The $100,000 grant, you can request 50% of it prior to work being
And
done.
you guys got that last month?
Yes,
Okay.
and then she requested the other half once we got the knowledge that we were going to get the paving done.
So one is 100 and the other one's 50, and then you just ordered the 50 or the 25 with the 50.
Yeah. So basically, the state's still hold on to the other 75.
That's why it's.
And
now,
then-
these two that were received a couple of years, like a year and a half now, and that they're gonna expire, they're not just within the deadline.
Yes.
What's the deadline?
June 1st.
Right, well,
June 30th,
Then why are we putting 75,000 for next quarter?
because the work has to be completed by June 30th
The work has to be.
to be able to be paid.
Okay.
And once work is completed, it'll be till the end of 75, but that's gonna be, not the other.
But
the deadline, they actually wrote it out for longer so that we could tie it in with FEMA, but again, on suggestion of the city engineer, he told us that we would be better off to expend the funds and reapply from July 1. So that's why the deadline, with Tidewater was to expel it during this fiscal year, so that July 1, we could reapply and use that for matching for FEMA.
Sure. So when is the job supposed to be done? What day have they projected that?
We're just waiting to hear when they're supposed to come out and start. The project's only going to take about 4 days.
Have to see them by then.
But Doug from Tidewater's been had boots on the ground 3 times. I'm just waiting to hear from him when they're gonna come out and start. It could be early next week and be done by the end of next week. And small city allotments are not meant to hold on to, they're meant to acquire them and spend them. The state is not very happy with City of Mitchell by holding on to the one for 5 years. And it's no fault of ours. We were directed to do something without getting the whole picture, so. All we're trying to do is make sure that we are not losing money that's free money given to us.
How much of the FEMA money has been spent? None?
So, no money has been asked for reimbursement when I started. you guys have approved a lot of funds. So I requested reimbursement, which is at 75%, because our deductible is at 25% for 68,000 or 63,000, and then another 17,000 for admin. The change that Cheryl has.
Okay, so last year we had a FEMA allocation of 315,000, and this year we have a FEMA allocation of 240, but no one has been spent.
Yeah, money has been spent.
Money's been spent, we're just waiting for the reimbursement to come in.
Minus the 25%.
So the 315, and you said that there was some money spent. Do we know how much money was spent?
75% is.
Well, if 75% is still there, then we're missing $4,000. 75% is 236. And we have 240.
Right, but you were allotted up to 25,000, but because the time wasn't kept track of on what Shane spent for time and material, we just did our best. So you could use up to 25,000, but we only asked for.
It wasn't documented. There's a lot more than 25 missing. 315 minus 240. Would have been 75,000.
So 63,000, whatever the reimbursement was for, that's our 75% that we can ask for.
Yeah, all I'm saying is there's 315 on one side, and we're going into the next quarter or into the next fiscal year with 240, which is not 75%.
But
You can only ask for 75% reimbursement.
We
We've spent more.
We have more than that, so that's kind of. Do we actually have those numbers?
I will get them.
So. Okay.
No, not random things. Plus, well, and plus there was the directional drilling, I believe, was the 63,000. The other costs have been all engineering costs for Nelson Street. So they break it up into two different portions, and then their Cat Z is your admin costs. So when you see it's unfortunate it wasn't put into its own fund last year.
So what we're doing is playing catch up.
Yeah.
We might be playing catch up, but the numbers are not.
Just a second.
Well, that's regardless of the thing, it's not like we're just paying at the cap. Yeah, base payments for all the money that's going out. And then the money that's left should be cash on hand.
Right, but that's a projected amount. So they still, I mean, as we get closer to the project, that number may change. But as of right now, that's the projected amount.
So we have.
So I put in for $45,247.23 for the category C out of the total project, $259,650.
Where's that number? I don't see that. All I see is 240 and then last year's 315.
Because you can't get 100%.
Right, so I
And-
expect that there's 30,169 still somewhere. And that's the one you're saying Carol and Jane spent, or?
No. Hang on, because there's more than one, hang on. Category Z, 14,409.25.
Okay, so we're still looking for 15,760.
Where?
On the budget you proposed. We had 315, you just gave two numbers.
That was a projected amount. It's not, because the plans keep changing. So what Shane proposed, I don't know what she was probably pulling that off of what they were telling her. And every time it gets submitted to FEMA, they go, yeah, you can do that, or no, you can't do that. And so your amounts change.
So this year we're asking for 240.
Right. Out of what, because we've already spent 65 and the 14 or the 60. Because the directional drilling's already been spent.
So we got approval for 315 last year, and this year we're asking for 25 or 75%.
It's a projected amount. We don't have that money.
Right, no, I get that. What I'm saying is we asked for 315 last year.
That was a projected amount.
Right. So we didn't ask for that.
Right now, no.
Okay.
Right now, we're projecting the 240.
Right.
It could go up, which then we got to supplement budget at that time if it's over.
Did we get to 315?
So
No, we don't have that money.
What did we get?
We don't.
Then why is she telling
have
her she spent money?
Because
Yeah.
the directional drilling, that,
Deallocated.
the directional drilling got done.
Yes.
Council through paying them. We pay them. She's at the reimbursement of that money. So we don't have any of that money in our bank. It's projected money that we're projecting to come in
as a reimbursement,
as a reimbursement. We've already been told that the FEMA project on Nelson probably won't be done until 23, 24.
When were you told that?
Wow, that,
Okay, so why are we budgeting for that on?
Because there's engineering work to be done prior to breaking ground.
240, how much money are we expecting to spend on that? Because that's what we should be saying we're going to spend in 2023.
We don't know.
Right,
It's a projection that we may spend up to that amount.
right, so we have 240 total that we may get, that we're allowed to spend, this
that
240.
we may get.
And we're budgeting all that for this year. For this upcoming year, when the work might not even be done for another 2 years.
because you have engineering costs. We don't
can't
know.
spend all of our money and then not have money to pay for asphalt.
We're not getting asphalt.
Are they graveling the road?
They're just doing repairs on the corner for the stormwater, and they're fixing the sidewalk.
I'm not trying to get into like that part. I'm trying to get into the numbers. So if we know the work isn't going to be done for 1 more year, and this year we're going to blow our whole wad on engineering costs.
No,
Yeah,
We're not saying that we're gonna spend it.
well, no, but we're.
It's a projection.
We're proposing the exact number that we have allocated.
We managed.
Right, if I have $500 and I need to fix my house,
Right, you got $500.
Right.
Maximum.
and if I say I can't even do the roof until 2024, and I still have $500, am I gonna spend all $500?
the
You're
FEMA
gonna
is not
you're gonna-
exclusive of Nelson Road.
You're gonna save that $500.
It says returning Nelson. Or maybe, but it says returning Nelson down here. And right here.
So, okay, so the directional, so there was 2 parts of it, right? They did a small project and a large project. The small project was the directional drilling in the park. And that,
I'm just asking about Nelson. I see 240 on Nelson. I see 240 on Nelson.
Right, I understand the better way it helps. I don't know if this helps. This is what I submitted for. So the 23,000 is like the part that you don't get back.
Okay, we have 240,000, and of that money, in a year from now, we have to pay for the construction of the road.
We may only spend $10,000.
Yeah, we don't project 25.
Because if we spend over, we can't spend over then if
Well, yeah,
engineering.
but there's some number, we know we're not gonna spend all 240,
Okay,
so why are we budgeting for 240?
We're hoping to get
because
that.
it's easier to budget high than budget low. Like you were saying, if you have $500 to fix your roof, but you can't get it done until next year, you're gonna save that $500.
Yeah, but we're not, we're putting it toward engineering. Toward just people walking around looking at the road and analyzing this.
Somebody's gotta pay for it.
Okay. No, I get that, but not all 240, we can't spend.
Most likely, I wouldn't say we're not going to.
Right, most of the
But
projections
it's
that we're gonna
there.
spend. I'm just asking what the projection is that we're going to spend this next year for the budget. We don't have any.
No more than 240,000.
Right, obviously no more than that because we can't spend more than that. But also, if we were to spend all 240 this year, then that means we have no money at all when it's time to actually do the job.
This is not our money.
I know.
Yeah.
The FEMA project itself is like $700,000.
Okay, so the 240 is the slice that we're only doing for this.
Yes.
Okay.
Because unfortunately, the largest part of this project is engineering. Because they have to engineer a recovery pond, they have to engineer how much material goes where. And then once
Yeah.
once all the engineering is done, the whole project, it would probably take 2 weeks to start to finish.
And it's a
we have already
reimbursable.
spent an enormous amount of our money without reimbursements for engineering, which again, I don't know how that's gonna translate into budgeting when the funds come in. I mean, it's already been budgeted for.
What's been budgeted since, for how many years?
It was, but it wasn't.
Well, and for the most part, it was spoken up that ODOT would cover the, you know,
ODOT did an emergency repair.
yeah. No, I'm
FEMA.
talking about when grants first came out. We were here at that meeting, and when they first came out, they were going to repair, and anything that the grants didn't cover, ODOT was gonna kind of slide in a little help to get all of them to
Right.
school.
But
But now it's
The FEMA
talking like
project
two
is-
corners.
the
It's like,
FEMA project has been cut from the initial, like you were saying, it was like a $1.3 million project.
yeah, I don't even talk about FEMA because it never really came into fruition. So
Well,
it's
it
easier
has.
to stick with real fast, you
It
know?
has.
It has, that's who did the directional drilling. That
That's
was-
But not, those are separate issues. We're talking about the road.
You have to do the engineering before you do the road.
Well,
Are you talking about the Nelson Street Road?
Yeah, I'm talking about Main Street, Nelson, and all the way up to the
Okay,
school.
the Main Street project is going under small city allotment. That's Nelson Street, when the project is done here,
Mhm.
Nelson Street will not get repaved.
Yeah, I heard that.
They're going to repave where they do the construction of a larger diameter storm drain. So basically, they're gonna pave out, I think they said 78 feet. That's why we're expanding the small city allotment, so where we can get another small city allotment, when they're doing their project, we have money to
pave.
completely pave Nelson. Otherwise, it's gonna look,
And everybody, and the professionals are all confident that this can get done in this chaotic matter.
get like them.
The roads, yeah, okay, call it the project, but every time you talk the project, it turns into engineering. And I'm just talking about the roads we drive on.
Right now, what they're telling us is that they're only gonna replace the culvert from the corner of here where Charlie needed, there's gonna be a recovery pond. On up that draw, they're gonna clean it out, they're gonna put riprap, which is large pieces of
Yeah,
material.
right.
They're gonna fix the drain up by Dan's corner there, they're gonna repave that section. We're gonna come in here, cut into the asphalt. Replace the drain with a larger drain, repair that section on.
And people don't find it sad that all this was originally to do the roads, and now it's things that we have any type of, I mean, the springs can still blow us out again. And if you don't do it properly, the whole thing, I mean, who cares if you have a culvert? It's gonna go over that culvert and it's gonna wipe the road out and it's gonna come down Gage just
The
like
initial
before.
engineering was to do 2 culverts on each side of Nelson Street.
And actually, this isn't budget stuff, so I shouldn't be talking
It
about
carries
it.
a lot.
But, yeah, okay, that's more like meeting stuff, I guess. I should-
But they had a grand plan, and then FEMA's the one that told us that we couldn't do a lot of what we actually needed to do.
Yeah, I still don't understand why Main Street wasn't done with FEMA, because Main Street was ruined because of that.
It is.
I mean, heck, it's
Main
on
Street is
video,
supposed
for
to be
heaven's
locked.
sakes.
Yeah.
The main reason why we cannot get money for damaged roads is because we have no.
We haven't been
We
recording.
haven't had a yearly road study of the deterioration of our asphalt.
You probably have records though of when it was done.
Glenn, you know when the last time any paving has been done, I mean, that's.
That's when they did the sidewalk. They tried to do it. They did a chip and seal when they did the
The
sidewalk.
only roads that's been paved in this since I've been here has been Rosenblum and Alex. And Old Highway.
Yeah, they did patches.
Yeah, they did
They-
chip and
they-
seal.
So the whole goal is to get the Main Street done, get another grant, and then I would like to see High Street done next. And then in between there, 23, 24, when Nelson does get done, hopefully we can get it all done. So it's progress, and unfortunately, we have to deal with federal government. Which I've been involved with 3 different projects just since I've been mayor. So I don't know how many project managers everybody else dealt with. It's a process. But I totally agree, it is frustrating that they, make one by. They're gonna give us. Party for.
For the people that want to put culverts in,
Yeah,
get their priority.
that's what they do. My priority is get small city allotment done, and get Main Street done.
Yeah.
That's my priority.
That's most, yeah, I think for every dollar that comes into the city, everybody's tired of pockets and.
It'll be done.
So I have another money question, on the same sheet, practically the same conversation. So, small city allotment, we're putting 75,000 to next year. And next year, we're paying for repairing and repairing and paving Main Street, 150,000 for next year. So I think that should be 75, right?
No, because we have half the money, which is why only 75 is in your resources. But we're spending all of it in next fiscal year.
Okay, so we're not touching the 75 that you have in the investment. It's all next fiscal year.
Right. When they're done with the project, then we pay them.
Okay. So regardless if they finish or not, we're not gonna pay them until July at their earliest.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
Or is everybody good with the changes that were made to the ambulance and the fire fund reserve?
Yeah, it's unanimous. You go ahead and- Awesome. Okay, yeah,
The changes.
Okay, that's so. It looks good. It was the 15%, and you got changed back to 10.
No, it was. Yeah. So all the cash on hands, we have factual proof that that's how much cash we have on hand.
Actual proof
Yeah, like,
of the bank statement.
yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit difficult when you start the budget in February to have the same cash on hand in June. mean, it's not, I can't change it every month. It's a little bit- We got water development stuff coming and going.
So these are-
So is it to the dollar? Probably not.
Close.
But I do provide that information to council every month.
You guys get things. Yeah. You get basic. How do you, yeah, how do you receive information about how much money the city went on? Or, and that's just numbers on a spreadsheet or actual things.
No, that shouldn't be available to everybody.
No, I'm asking if it's provided to the city council.
Yes,
We have our budget, we pay our bills.
No, I'm asking if you guys know how much money you have in every month.
We have opportunity to go up any time. Whatever.
So with this budget being proposed, has anyone already? What you're saying, you're actually.
With, through the computer, through the bank statement, no, I have not went and looked at every,
Right.
how it's.
But you don't have to, you said you better production. Has anyone on this?
No, because he has told you some of these, he's not gonna sit there and change these every month, every 2
I get
weeks.
that, but then I'm confirmed that we have, it hasn't gone from 239 to 45.
What is your point?
I'm asking if,
He's-
the question I already asked, I shouldn't have heard the question.
I don't understand either. I'm trying to
Yeah.
understand you.
Yeah, I'm asking if the money that is being, that is being listed as cash on hand
Correct.
is the same as what we actually have as cash on hand. It doesn't have to be exact. I understand people spend money and the city spends money. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking is, do we have proof as in bank statements that the tourism fund has 100, or I'm sorry, 19,000? Or
Okay, again, that's not how it works. There's two bank accounts. One is LGIP and one is at Mid-Oregon. The funds are in not so great a term, an illusion, right? I have called the bank to ask if we could actually set it up this way so that there are separate sub-accounts like under Mid-Oregon and things. And she said, yeah, it would be no problem. That is something I'm looking into if I have the hours. But, but the way that it is that the LGIP holds all of your other, your not day-to-day funds, right? And so your tourism, your street, all that other, all your state funds, your highway apportionment, all that stuff is sitting in one account. It's not like you can look up in the bank statement and say, this is what the tourism fund has. That's where you keep your QuickBooks and that has all your different ones.
It is possible that we do with grants, and it's a lot more complicated with this. It's a federal program, and there's millions of dollars going through it, and we have everything to the line, to the penny, every meeting. It is totally doable. It's just like, it's so easy because your eyes just glance and everything matches, everything matches, and federal government requires.
I feel like it's a bad
They
idea.
require.
I feel like it's a bad idea to, like you said, Chris, that to have a budget that hasn't been updated with cash on hand since February, and to pass that saying that's what we got for 2023. Because obviously, we feel like a lot less, and that's okay, but
I don't think it's a lot less. I think it's less, I don't think it's a lot.
And you inherited a mess. I'm not saying you're a mess. I understand it. That's not.
it's not about, yeah, it's not even personal, it's,
No,
these are money. this
it's
is
just
money.
hard to sit through it and try to say, yeah, I'm confident. You know what I mean? Because, and I'm not saying to you, because you've been stuck with it, you know, and that's.
Actually, the city council stuff with it.
All the more reason the city council shouldn't sign their name on something that was confirmed, but that's how much money they're gonna have. It's not like the city has been bit before by, money laundering, and people popping money. And we don't
Okay,
want that.
okay, that's, if you have proof on it, we can discuss it, but not at a budget meeting.
Proof?
Proof.
Whoa, no one's accusing anything, but.
You just said.
No, I said in the past, we've had situations like that. That's the problem.
Okay.
It's never happened.
You have proof on it.
She just said yes. When Betty Bay stole a bunch of money from the city.
That's hearsay.
No, it isn't. It was fully proven.
let's stop.
But anyway.
Let's stop, let's stay
But
stop.
let's
stop.
here's
This
my
is not
concern,
our
here's my
budget.
concern, and that it's unrelated to that. Kind of. When I ask how much money we have, and it's accusatory,
Yeah, that shouldn't be, because
That's
Matt,
scary.
that's the view.
That's scary.
Wait, excuse me, Alex, you run this meeting every time you come in here. While I appreciate your input, I don't appreciate the accusation because Betty was my aunt. And we all know that nobody wants Persephone because she was my aunt and she stole my.
we should be
I don't-
recording.
I don't, we are recording it. I don't appreciate this. All I'm asking is, I have given you everything you have asked for. And here we are on the 11th hour. So unless you have something other than accusations, I would appreciate that we just move
I'm
on.
not accusing, I asked how much money
It
we
is
have, and you
accusatory.
guys took it as an accusation.
I can pull up the bank account right here.
That's okay, I just asked how much we have,
But
so
everybody-
that's what we can do. then
Okay,
that's great.
enough, that's
Okay.
enough.
You know?
Does anybody else have any issues with the budget? We need to get this passed.
Anthony.
I'm not a fan, I'm not a fight scholar, I claim ignorance 95% of the time. But in 2 months, we've been given 3 different budgets
That don't match, they don't even look alike.
that have,
Sorry.
that have, the numbers changed arbitrarily because of issues or disagreements, and did we have an auditor involved with this? Not.
The budget will be audited, well, we just went through a budget or audit.
Well,
Honest.
this will be the first time the city hasn't used the auditor for their own budget yet. Because in the past, yes, I know this is fact, I've talked to people. And in the past, they always use the auditor, mostly because of the position and, you know, we're out in a rural area where people are not real familiar with things, you know, in the city and all their bureaucracy. So they always have the auditor every step of the way. And it just helps it. You know,
Well, I mean,
what I
did
talk-
did you read did you read the statement in the beginning?
I kind of, yeah, but it was the same as last time before, so I was kind of. jaded.
Numbers and statements, those are statements. And it shouldn't be emotional.
Never.
It's about numbers that are real. They don't change except for the last 3 budgets.
Yeah.
And you should be allowed to question.
And I don't understand why. I'm not saying something is wrong. I don't understand. I don't understand it. And I think that we should have had an auditor involved. I don't know, I claim ignorance on that too, from the get-go.
Well,
Just as a, we got $35,000 allocated next year for professional services, for goodness sake.
it says right here, the budget was prepared in according to regulations specified in the Oregon Department of Treasury. The council are reviewed and financial statements provided annually by Cockburn and McClintock.
So.
The financial
I'm saying
state,
was an auditor involved in this.
they never audited until after. Our budget just from last year just got audited.
Not your, no, not the budget, the setup. of
We
the
haven't
budget.
had a budget approved yet to be audited.
No.
I think an auditor should have been in place just to
The budget.
assist.
So the line
In the
is.
production.
If I
Can't change
remember, if I
those.
remember correctly, that Krista, she's been in contact with the auditor. And that there was a time that she could not get him in here before this is done. And she brought that up sometime.
Yeah. And there's
And
thousands of
so
places
she's,
to
so
look.
as soon as he can get to her, because it's on his time. He is going to be in contact and then also go over this. You know, go, so I mean, that's,
The best of my knowledge, since I've been in my position, the city clerk, who is the budget officer, has prepared the budget.
With the assistance of an auditor.
assistance of an auditor. And
Unless you have different information.
No, I even checked just because for personally, like I say, It's just difficult for me. I'm not confident in that, and I just want to be confident in them only because I've never had something where I have to search and try to make every line fit. It's usually just like, okay, good. You line them up. It's the way everybody does math.
And when you ask math, when you ask a question in math, there's no emotion.
No,
It's a question.
It's a black.
So if people get offended or people get, claim accusation, then that makes me more concerned, especially when there's, money.
Well, questions can be asked in particular ways also.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's numbers or not.
the question was,
I'm speaking, but it's in tone, just like where I'm at right now. It's, how it's asked, that makes a difference in how the question.
yeah.
Personally, I
Question
get
do we have
frustrated because this is the fourth meeting and I've just never seen this happen. I mean, I'm valuable for everybody.
Okay,
Okay. It's apparent that we all know that this was a mess.
Yeah.
It's not gonna take, if we are going to fix it, it's not gonna take. I mean, it's gonna take a lot longer than we've been allotted to do so. Because in that path, we have to go through everything, each one of us, all these questions have been asked. Chris has been working hard on it and everybody else. My thought is, and I'm like you, I've been in so many budget meetings and statements, and what and it's gonna take a while, and I think a little bit more patience with all of us. Yeah, all of us, like I'm not like you, I'm like,
Yeah.
but no, I understand where everybody's coming through from, because when you're in a good budget meeting, but this is some big stuff,
You have to.
But this is our little town, and we do have, which I think we've done pretty good at, when you allocate money, or say you're going to have this, but you don't, it's kind of hard to budget that for sure.
Right.
And that's speaking from being a clerk and a bookkeeper, it's a really tough position. I would not have this position, children, because this budget sucks.
Yeah.
It does.
I agree.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And kudos to you, Christopher, trying to do, and everybody trying to get through this and write it. There are so many wrongs with the budget that it's nothing, it's from the way it was given to us to begin with.
You got trash to begin with.
Exactly. And this budget has been approved and approved and approved for years. So, I'm not going to name some of the city councilmen that used to be on this run, the council for years. And there's questions asked, yada, 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 we approve it. And that's the way it's been. So now we have it passed. I'm sorting it out. I don't know, but we're gonna get fined if we don't have it in when.
June 30th is the last.
Okay.
What are the changes that?
Yeah, what do we need to fix? What do we need to take care of?
Yeah,
Again, of course, this will be a fourth budget.
Well, I just got it.
We're
just
making
now.
changes again.
I have to go through with a highlighter and try to make all these lines, go back to last week, or 2 weeks ago over here.
But we made
And try to
changes
make the
because-
lines match up with the same numbers on them with the changes in place for the next one. But they don't do that. One time it would say 13, you're paying the clerk and the fourth, I'm making it up. And then on 17, you're doing something else. But then you look at this week, 2 weeks later, and all of a sudden, no, like 13 doesn't go to that. It goes to 17. And 17 goes somewhere else. So I can't compare them easy without a highlighter. I could do it in a night. I could just spend a couple hours on it and really go through it and find discrepancy, numbers to match. That's all I want, numbers to match. I don't care about the else.
Well, match what? though?
Okay, when we got one 2 weeks ago when we were here,
Yeah.
I should be able to,
No, you shouldn't, because
it's without the changes.
when you make the changes, the lines aren't going to match up.
Why not? A
From one budget to
a
another.
budget has an actual item
Because-
number.
because-
And you're gonna take an item number off
Yes, you
without a
can.
vote.
Yes, you.
No, without a vote.
I didn't take, okay, look, all the history is there. The history is there.
You know what I mean? It's called a line assignment. So line assignment number 11, taxes estimated.
Right, so.
But then it can't turn into, that's for, oh no, that's for kiosks, or kiosks. You know what I mean, Hannah? So that's where I have trouble, and that's for me, I'll just have to say,
But I'm trying to explain it to you so that you understand. So the way that this was, some of these things should not have been where they were and therefore created like, the kiosk, you can make anything a new fund, so like a kiosk fund.
Oh, no, I'm not asking where it came from. For me, that's why I make the numbers match up. I'm just doing the math. That's all I care about. I can
But
care
you're,
less
but you're
about
not,
items.
but by not hearing me out, you're not, because what I'm saying is that some of these things have been put into their own fund, so that line is no longer there. And so as long as the history is there, now it's maybe a new fund. So I guess because this was not done properly.
2 weeks ago? I'm talking 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so.
So 2 weeks ago. it
Give
was
me
all
an
done.
example.
Okay, I can. I can just. Find it again. Let me see. I can just show it to you. And it's rapid, so it's really difficult to match up.
I actually found a fund that's missing, LGIP, the one that you said was the most important because it has actual money. It's not in the budget. It was in last week's. But it's not this week's. And there, and I looked at the ordinances, there was no abolishment of that fund, so I don't know where that is.
It's still the same.
So are we supposed to sign this and say something on that?
Um,
It's definitely in this one, I looked at it.
We're kind of going in circles.
No, we're missing a
No,
fund.
with all this questions and what. we're
No, there was a
talking
question, is there anything that's missing? Yes, a fund is missing. This one is not in this one.
I just didn't print it out. It's still, I apologize. Okay, if you would like, I can run up and go print it out and we can pass it. That's what it takes.
I would like to schedule,
But I would like
and
to.
if we have to start from one and get it done by the end of the month, let's start from one. But it needs to be fixed from page one, hopefully down the whole thing. If you're an auditor,
It's just,
that's what you do.
it's just so easy, and that's usually what all budget meetings
Okay.
are.
But that's that we're going to be arguing and arguing and arguing over the different things, you know, we don't understand this and that. And I think, you know, I'm used to it, looking, and nothing against yours,
No,
I
no.
just, no, it's just, this is asinine to come to this, and we'll never come to an agreement.
No, because I'm not talking about the item, because if you put that in there, it just.
Yeah,
gets real
I
confusing.
think we need to back up to
Just the numbers.
steps.
Just the numbers.
What is it that you guys need changed? Because again, this is not.
Okay, when we put
We-
these together. it
Listen,
should
we
be
won't
all-
know until when let's do it again. I mean, no, wait a minute.
I know.
Because
it's-
there's
Again.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I'm gonna show you a little bit, but I won't have real numbers or even what I'm talking about. Okay. It doesn't matter, you don't have to match, I'm just looking at lines. Don't look at items, because none of it's about item, it's not about where you put it. It's about, I look at this line, I come right over here, this is.
If you want to go print it
This
out,
is-
print it out.
this is- When I look at this line, and then I see it here,
Steve, can you?
and then I can just go, I want to make sure they match.
No,
It
that's,
works.
no, it does not work that way because you. No,
You know what I mean? I know what you're saying though, because you want to make it about what the items.
What?
I'm talking about lines, and that's why they made it.
Yes, we need to see
Not
that.
just- You can't take away a number
For one, I don't think.
without a vote. So this is always in 2021, in 2022, always be.
no, it will not. That's what I'm trying to explain to
Yeah,
you.
so why doesn't it?
I'm not trying to take sides.
No, you don't need to be.
The drafts are just
There's not
that,
one
they're
person in
drafts,
there.
right?
So we think we're getting a finished budget.
Well, I think that you're getting something to approve
So I
and
just
then
want
you
to see
guys
if
want to
that's
change it.
involved.
And I can
Yeah.
delete these lines and bring numbers down in the past.
You get it done. You don't. These numbers, but just, you know what, oh, why am I writing on this paper, and I use lines. Words, and see, actually, because we put them out, it's for your benefit, because you'll be able, then you
Then I
can
can
go back,
understand.
you go, oh, there's a
Well,
mistake.
just the facts.
But when you keep moving the numbers,
The
and
situation is
your line,
more different.
it does matter, it shows
The
up.
legality, the way he's approaching it, is an attempt. It's just, it's like, hey, what's going on?
No, I am trying to.
If somebody's suspicious, they're suspicious. I'll make you blame me.
I have taken what was here last year.
You know, I want last year, I want last meeting.
Jesus Christ.
Last meeting, let's stick to just last meeting. and what-
Okay, we're not getting anywhere, so
Okay. Okay, no, I'm just trying to help her make it simple so
Don't do
that.
that.
Okay. Question. One thing, what's the one thing on our budget that will help today? One thing that we could change or fix or she can, whatever. We're going from this to this to this, that this thing or one thing. What's the most pressing? And then we can go to the next, but you know, let's pick on one thing at a time and fix it.
Yeah, I don't, like I say, I don't have problems with the numbers as much as the fact that the placement of the numbers. has changed. So, I mean, it would take me a long time to try to figure out,
Would
you know
that
what I
be the
mean? Because I
program?
It's just cosmetics that
And that's
is,
program.
is what we're talking about.
no, it's not cosmetics, it's looking.
Well,
It's
how you like how to look versus.
It's not about how it looks, it actually, when you do a budget, they assign a number to it. And it makes it nice because then you can refer to the number when you're talking, so people are like, you know, kind of happy, where are you?
Yeah.
You automatically know, you're on page, you know, B220, number 7. And 2 weeks ago, it would have been the same line to the
Yeah.
same numbers.
And if
But now it changes, we keep meeting, it changes.
could be your program.
Could be, could be.
Hey, I mean, it's not.
It's not you,
It's not
it's
her.
not.
So does the budget committee see any way of passing this budget tonight?
No.
I
So-
just not confident.
So everybody's aware of that we don't have time to rework the budget.
Why do you have to rework it? Why can't you just go through what you made, because you obviously understand, if somebody understands how they did it, why can't?
That's
What I'm saying, so that when we can at least see, okay, the last one we looked at last time, now this is with changes. Yeah, instead of hearing about last year.
The
because
only
the
change
notes
that was
are on-
made from last week to this week was changing the numbers in the 10 and 15%. And this wasn't an issue last night. So this is where I'm struggling, where I feel like you guys are sending me on fishing expeditions to make it look better for your eyeballs. No, I'm dead serious. I'm done with this budget. So unless, if it's a cosmetic thing, like Kenneth said, then next time, okay? But even Shane didn't take care of her budget the first time around. I'm barely 6 months in and I have reworked it so that it does look better, so it is better. So if you have actual numbers that need to be adjusted, what are those?
I think what she's saying
I
is,
didn't figure it out.
I think what she's saying is the only thing that should change from this budget to this budget is the 10%, but it looks like everything's changed on the paper.
Yeah. The order of it.
Everything doesn't line up the same, everything lines up the same on these sheets,
As well as the fact that you read off 4 changes, not 1.
And we would have been done in 5 minutes because we would have addressed it right away. Oh, good, you made a change. Bingo. Okay.
What are the change? You guys are still not saying what needs to be changed. So if we're gonna meet next week, I'm gonna print out the same thing.
As far as the budget goes, I'm at this point. What's projected and everything, you know, because you can't. That's right, and I'm okay with it. Because we have to start somewhere, and we're doing it during these things, and I think saying, okay, now you've got some changes. The ones that people ask for, anybody else besides the way it's laid out?
I'm confident in that.
Yeah, is there any other changes with the money up part, though, the money?
If I was confident in that, sure, I wouldn't have that at all.
Okay.
So
Because for me, it's not the item numbers. I know
Yeah.
that's part of it.
Yeah,
So if he prints this out next meeting and adds a one missing page, is that what we need? Because none of the budgets, the prior budgets, except for the missing page, are gonna be the same, because every single budget we made some kind of change. I realize you want the layout to be exactly the same,
But they're just numbers changing. That's
it's not
not
the
line
same
items.
program.
it's just the layout that you want changed. The article number.
No, we shouldn't have to change them, we just need to remain the same, and we three.
Well,
When you can find an error, is there what, you know, I'm not saying there's an error.
okay,
It's gonna take a lot to figure out, you know, I have to try to figure out, I don't see every single line now with the highlighter from.
Everything's lining up.
not even the changes.
Why they move? Because they've moved.
Because we're not taking, this is what I'm trying to explain to you from last year, they're completely different. stories.
I'm not looking at it, this is just the last 4 meetings, that's all I'm hearing, last 4 meetings, it's like 4.
But
Yeah,
you
you don't
hear,
know.
you would hear me out and start interrupting me. And what I'm saying is from last year until now, they are different forms. And where I put those things in the new form, it's all just subject to where you put it. There nothing was, you guys did not assign lines to these new forms. You didn't assign lines in the new funds. You didn't assign anything. Yeah.
So you're still not hearing me, that's why I'm interrupting.
It's changing it from week to week, but all I did was just change the number. So if it was a problem last week, how come it wasn't addressed?
It was, nobody passed it. We weren't confident in the numbers, this is. the
Okay,
first
now you're
time.
confident in the numbers and now it's the way it looks.
Okay, I don't know. This motion doesn't want, this is a job. You don't bring your emotions to the job.
Well,
I mean, you know, it's not fair, you wanna make it, you're being.
how come, so all these numbers match on this page, in personal, right? Line items, numbers.
I don't know, I'll go home and look.
They all match on mine.
Well, if you're not gonna give it to me now, though, then it's not gonna make sense next week, what I printed off. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Kenneth,
No,
but I'm just gonna reprint the same thing.
Okay, well, I probably passed without me, so we're good. Right?
Anthony,
So picking on me,
Why can't we get a professional
yeah, that would be what I would recommend, an auditor.
to help? So what? There's
Yeah.
money.
So you can help.
hang on, when,
People get help all the time.
hang on.
So why don't
When-
we get,
The audit that just got completed was from,
Fiscal year 21-22.
No, it's.
Or, sorry, 2021.
20. So I don't know the information where you're getting your information from. The auditor is involved in the budget.
well, okay,
Since-
regardless,
Regardless.
call the person, call it what you want, call that name, whatever you want. We need a professional, I feel a professional, know-it-all, to take a look at this and to say,
So understand,
An accountant.
to
Would you,
understand.
I could pass it on to the lady that does the budget training who looked at it the first time. I'm happy to send it over to her.
I-
Well,
she-
no, we have a city auditor.
Excuse me.
who-
Well, I mean, better that than.
I don't know.
time out, time out. Let the city clerk finish their sentence, pretty please, everybody gets a chance. So just-
Kenneth and I both did the training through the state. Jean Jighton, she is happy to look at our budget. That is what she does. She does the training for all county, state, everybody. She does the training. She's happy to look at it. I am happy to send it over, but she's the one I asked with implementing history and new funds and things like that. She's the one I asked. So if you would like, I can pass that to her. Otherwise, you're gonna spend around $7,000 to $10,000 for an auditor.
Well, we're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars every year for knickknacks. I mean, come on. If you want to send a budget over to this teacher, along with the other
Other
two
three pieces
that
that we
were
saw,
prepared before it,
that we saw,
and the new one you're going to prepare,
then you'll understand.
with some of the issues that the council has.
I have a question. How much money has, or I should say, how many hours? How many hours have you put for this? More than one.
What was your question?
I asked how many hours
Well, are we talking about the training and all that?
total that you're charging the city for? Like how many hours have you worked on it? Total, like since February, when you started training? Because maybe that would have been worth just paying the $10,000 in the first place. Because at least we have, it would be outside, there would be no concern, I guarantee you an accountant that's trained is not going to be concerned about us asking a question,
No,
immediately going to defense.
She has not, I am doing it now. I'm getting freaking irritated. This is a bunch of, come on, you guys.
I'm not-
Well, no, everybody keeps putting things off on defense modes and stuff. And when it's, yes, it is how a question's asked. I don't give a shit about numbers because I can ask what's 1 + 2 and act just like this. And guess what? It doesn't sound really stinky nice, does it? But if I change my tone and calm down and try to listen to everybody, when there's only one person at a time talking about it, we have literally passed these each time. The only problem the last time was the ambulance and the fire. And now we're on a whole nother program. So if we have a whole nother program with cosmetics and all or lines, particulars, then let's pass the budget that we agree on with the numbers. And then our next goal for this next year, we need to work on what type of format people like, I guess. I mean, yes, ma'am, I did. You literally said that you don't like how the numbers, how the lines look
From week to
because you
week,
have
not year to
to.
year, week to week.
I'm looking at them.
Hang on. I just looked through the last line to this one, they all lined up on mine.
Yeah, because
I just looked through 8 and like I just spot checked and they didn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
So I don't know what you're looking at. But-
the first page, first one.
Okay, well, there's not one page. is there? So count it.
So the council, how does the budget committee want to proceed with this?
Wasn't that already agreed upon?
Well, we
There was
need,
no vote taken.
and hopefully everybody's aware that if the budget is not done, I'm not forcing anybody to do anything, I'm just making a statement.
It's not a statement, that was a statement.
I haven't even, have I completed my statement?
It sounds like you acted like it.
Well, I don't care if you don't have to hear it. My time's been wasted.
I don't feel like it's being wasted if we're all getting to a consensus because we all want what's best for the city, right? And so if it's a number thing and if my form is improper, well, I apologize. If it's a number thing and we've budgeted properly, then we're doing something right. And I think what everybody else has been saying along the way, we have room to improve. And it is a much better improvement than last year. If you think that there's something unethical that has been done
I didn't say that.
from week to,
No.
no,
That's not
I'm
right.
not through. If you think there's something unethical, then let's deal with that. But at this point, if it's a number thing, then can we just move on instead of just circling the drain?
Terry,
I would like, at this point, to pass the budget. What else can we do? We can argue and argue and argue. I'd like to go from there, pass it, do whatever, and our auditor can go over, and what we screwed up on, we will find out. But I think most of our problem is the format. I for one would like to say, hey, come on, I give up. And it's good, the budget's good, the last one was fixed, that people were talking about, what?
I'd like to see the budget passed too with the addition of the missing page added to it.
Yeah.
Because you want next election.
I'd like to set a motion to pass this budget with the addition of the page that is missing. Oh, budget of 22-23.
Kenneth,
I second that.
motion made by Terry, seconded by Kenneth to adopt our budget 22-23. Kenneth, open for discussion.
Yes, Alex made a good point, just. Resend that in with the changes that we made.
The ambulance, the end of it.
That's already been made, that's not even right.
Yeah, it's in there, it's in this one.
It's already in there,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't have to make it, but, yeah.
No, as it is, as it is, it's already been changed.
It's been fixed, it's in here.
The one in the green has been changed from
Yes.
15.5 to
Yes.
10.10.
Okay, may I resend that one?
There's differences between the two items.
Less the one page,
right?
No, I found differences in these that are like, this is last week's, 2 weeks ago, this is this week. There's changes in both of them that have not been reviewed as far as I, but maybe I misheard. Because all I heard was the only change was the ambulance change and the fire change. There's other changes.
Well, that was the last week.
There's other changes.
I know, but that was the last week.
Hang on.
We went over the changes that were in this.
The water,
That's the point of this meeting.
Chris, what was the other change? The water?
Water was out of balance.
And the water was out of bounds.
Right, because again, the Excel program, so the water is in balance and the EMS changed. Those are the.
Okay, how do we make the most of that? Okay,
I don't remember.
Okay,
want to rescind that motion I set before, and I would propose that we pass this budget of 22-23 with the changes that were made of in EMS and water. Change those funds. Everything we changed in that, those were the ones were changed in that. I'd like to pass that.
That's your page.
But yes, that's the page it is not, but this one.
I second that motion.
motion Pat made to adopt our budget 22-23 with the changes to EMS and our water system and the LGIP printout being missing, but it is in the previous one. Oh, any further discussion?
I found another change. On the fire department fund, the property tax received is projected to be quite a bit different, like 10 times more. I guess if we don't want to discuss that. If the only changes were the two that you mentioned, then why is it? It depends.
That's how the fire.
I depends on the book, but yeah, the one you're looking at.
Yeah.
It'll be 11.
Yeah, it'll be 11. No, it's not. 11.
No.
It's only 10 of fire, it's fire department fund. Property tax received is now 441, it was 4,100. So it's a 10 times.
I think there's a couple zeros missing.
I don't think that's a typo, that's two characters added, one character missing. That's not a typo. It's not even the same. One is, this new budget is 441, the old budget was 4,100. That's. And or that's, 9,000.
It's quite clear. What the numbers are matched.
Yeah.
But that's why I was, that's what my whole statement was, but it's like for the format.
I'm just looking at last week's and this week's. And you guys already told, like every time I find one, it's like, oh, that one too. Of course that one did. Yeah, property tax, it's totally property tax. Ambulance fund has 4,100, fire department has 441. 10 times reduction. That's a change. We want to amend that one too, is it? New York, or the motion? How did that happen?
Well, I saw that here, that's why.
The fire department was getting on the last budget. This year,
2 weeks.
yeah, 2 weeks ago, the fire department was getting $4,100 of property tax. Now, 400.
No, there's a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
And then maybe they're typos.
I don't think that's a typo.
It looks like a typo to me because.
I mean, if it didn't change, then how did it come up? What was changed? Like, did you fat finger in the wrong place?
Very well could.
Okay. Just-
I mean,
It was 4,100, and that was 441. You wouldn't be able to see on that one.
No, you have, the only way you can do it is if you can find the exact items and
Yeah.
look to numbers, if you change.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna.
Which is item 5,
Which is wrong.
line item 5, which,
Which shouldn't even be touched. How was he not going to touch?
right, but you have to manually enter numbers. So.
How are things being changed in the budget? Like, how are you just randomly acting? Well, we keep finding them and then.
We don't know if it was a mistake.
Right, we don't know. We don't know what it was. That's irregardless.
So what's the difference between 441 and 4100?
10 times. Why are you
I
asking
know,
that?
but mathematically, 37 something.
Whoa, no. See, that's the thing.
But that-
How do you actually, like, if you're typing into a budget that's already been made.
Right.
And then you accidentally go.
It's not already made.
It's
It
here.
wasn't.
It was printed 4 times. It's this one, and now this one's different.
What, how do you think it?
Well, I'm just telling you the quickest way to get through this.
I don't understand what this is a conversation.
I nominate Jane as the budget officer. I relinquishing budget officer.
I'm not even on council.
It's not, you don't have to be on council. I rescind budget
You know
officer.
what? I'm not gonna play with your emotional abuse that you do at these meetings. Last meeting, you came in here 20 minutes late, you threw this stuff at us.
I was
right
not late.
here. Yeah, you were. And then you get mad at us, well, we won't agree with you. Well, make the numbers match. We're happy to agree. We want to agree. We don't want to come here.
Okay, well, I'm not,
The motion was to approve with a bunch of amendments.
I don't need you yelling at me.
No one's
I'm
yelling.
right.
You want to make it emotional.
No one's yelling.
You always want to make it about your feelings and don't do that, please.
What I came up with.
Oh, I-
You were saying the
Well, yeah, I
411.
just want to go.
You were to subtract the 4100. But-
How do you, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'll talk to you, but then as soon as you try to
No,
respond.
we have a motion on the table.
Well,
It's simple.
I've done enough here. I think there's nothing else to talk about. She's rescinded her position. Good job.
Is it over?
Motion is made, seconded. Start for the vote. Ken Ferguson, aye.
Kevin Cook, aye.
No,
Anthony Reed, no.
Jane Reeves, no.
2 years, I mean, nothing matches up. I'm responsible for it, so I mean, I'm thinking.
It's called abstain, yeah.
What is it?
Abstain, I abstain.
What's, I don't know.
It's 3-3.
Oh, wow, you're tiebreaker. Oh, no, it'd be the mayor, so then why they get what they want, so whatever.
No, it's us down here that
Well,
voted
tiebreaker.
on that, Jane. No, it's us that voted on that. He had nothing to do with the way we voted.
I thought if it's a tiebreaker, the one that breaks the tie is the mayor.
No, we still got.
Kids.
I'm ludicrous.
No, I said you workers.
Well, we done or what? Because we're not getting anything done here except we need a professional person to come in here, look at
We're
this.
taking a vote right now.
The what?
We're waiting for Ron to decide on his vote.
You abstained.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know everybody had to vote. I'm sorry.
So it's 3 yes and 3 no.
You abstain, Ron?
Thank you.
I'll just put it out there that when,
I don't know everybody in this room.
We like each
No,
other.
wait a minute. Pray on it, do something, but I'll tell you what.
Are you make a vote?
You know something? I see a tragic misunderstanding. Just, that's all I see. I don't see anybody. I don't see her right and wrong. I just see a hell of a misunderstanding between nice people.
Thank you, Ron.
Take it
That's
up,
my
Jane.
opinion.
So would you like to, I'm just saying, I'm not staying. You're abstaining from voting?
Yeah, just, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna take sides. I don't even wanna look like I'm taking sides.
We respect that. That's
No,
okay.
I'm just saying,
It's okay.
I'm dumb enough to like every one of you. so I hope-
Well,
It's not about like, it's not about like.
What happens after the budget is adopted, then the council has to vote it in for approval. So this is just adopting the budget. The council
Right.
has to approve the budget after it's
Yeah, I
adopted.
know,
It's
but it's
okay.
3-3.
No, I don't count. I'm just, the
I'm
office.
just
I'm
saying,
just council.
I thought I didn't have a vote.
You do.
Oh, you
I'm not council.
You still never voted on this budget committee.
I did, but I'm not council. He says council will decide.
did? Well, y'all can shoot me. I'm not taking sides from one side to another. It's like, you know, I got my heart in it, my head's in it, like I'm new.
You're okay. Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Just
That's
being one
fine,
man.
Ron.
Did we,
It's totally fine.
Have we lost a quorum?
He abstained.
Now you have.
But he's abstaining from the vote, so if the vote's 3-3, if I'm a tiebreaker, I'm gonna vote to approve it upon further clarification if I can break the 3-3 tie.
But you can't.
In a budget committee. I can only vote on a 3-3 tie in tie council.
So where does it say that at?
I'm just saying I would vote to approve it if my vote is effective.
oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not. That's what I said.
You're not voting.
That's corner.
I'm not sure,
I mean,
for right now,
you don't have a legal vote.
I don't know. Only in a council meeting I can break it through.
Yeah, not.
We don't know that.
Okay.
Yeah, well, what's it?
No, we're not gonna do the work session.
Good.
It's become too much. Unless council would like to move forward with a work session. It's council's discretion. I know things have kind of gotten worked up out of hand, and again, we haven't figured out how we're gonna move forward with the budget.
So what my proposal was though, is that if you look, there's the section proposed by budget officer, and then there's the approved by budget committee. I am happy to make the correction that Alex pointed out and put the 4,100 in there and put that as adopted by a governing body. So when I present this to council, it'll be this with that one correction. If you guys would like to pass it today, I will do that if that's agreeable.
It's already been voted on, though.
Right. Right. But I don't know, I mean, in a tie, you're gonna have to, you can't revote now that you're gone, so.